All right, let's put up some walls. Okay, we obviously have 4 exterior walls. One of them is a 2x6 wall, which is this one here that faces the mountains that we, Gary cleared out for me. And then the other 3 walls, the sides and the front, that's going to be 2x4. So these are 2x6, the ceiling joists are 2x6, the rafters are 2x6. Everything else is 2x4. We have 1 interior wall we need to build for the bathroom to separate the 2 rooms. That's it. There's not much of a load on this building. And it's a metal roof, not that heavy compared to asphalt. And yeah, should be good. I'm going to trim up these boards nice and neat first, and then we'll start framing up this wall. All right, here's what I'm thinking with this, guys. So if you remember last time, I left a little bit of a lip here to get it really perfect. My router, the bit wasn't thick enough. It was not 3/4, so I didn't want to order something or buy something. I'm just gonna snap a line straight by measuring off. So let's measure off here, get our mark, and that'll give me this mark here. I mean, you could just use a tape for this, but I kind of like this old school square. Okay, so we'll do that on all 4 corners, and then I'll be able to take the chalk line, run it down there, snap it, and we'll set the blade to 3/4, which will ensure we're not cutting through the rim joist here. Where's the measurement? Let's make sure that stays right there. Okay. All right, got one started. That's the top of the window. Then my headers are gonna be vertical on top of that. Okay, let's just convince that to go there. Oh, yeah. Starting to look like something. So they're going 1, 2, 3, 4. One's on the seam. And this is the windowsill. Yep. Like a glove. How in the hell? I don't like that. It's gonna shoot right through. The way I do it. Here, let's try this. Alright, that worked. I could do the weight, I just can't. All right, let's go get Meg.
You have, like, why don't you put your tool belt on so you have the screws?
I just need the screw. I'm good. It's not going to take very long. And if it falls that way, the bucket won't let it go anywhere.
Okay.
You'll be fine. Ready?
Yeah, is the bucket lined up so it's going to
good.
not go through the window?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it on this king and jack.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do it. Okay, slow down.
Slow down. What are you doing?
Well, I just don't want it to topple back.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it so it eases to stay. That's pretty good, John.
Yeah.
Wow! Look at that!
Pretty cool. Here, why don't you come in here and put a screw right here through this board? You got to get a screw in my tool belt.
Ooh. Will you take a picture?
So I think the next step is going to be the short walls, because if I put the front wall on next, then you can't build the short wall. Like, the short walls are exactly going to fit inside, and then trying to raise them with the other wall in the way, it's going to get pinched. So I'm going to do the short wall on the two sides. It's just a 2x4 wall with just a 16-inch scheduled stud, and then the front is going to have a door and one window, and that's it. And that'll be 2x4s, but I think I'll do that in two pieces and then join them together so that we could build it using the deck like I built that one. So, all right, moving on. I think what Maddie is trying to say is that I'm not leaving without her. Hey, are you okay? Why don't you go lay in the shade, honey? Huh? You good girl? You just want to lay in the dirt. Okay, honey. Okay, Maddie, you ready? right. Put a little kickstand up. whack me off, Meg? With that? It's like I'm getting a haircut. Meg, can we have a chat?
Yeah. What do we have to chat about?
So.
The walls.
No, the widths. So guys, if you remember when I was cutting, I don't know what it was. I think it was pine, maybe it was poplar. I think it was poplar. What did we use poplar for though? I don't remember. But anyway, there's a way to calculate how much your board is going to shrink based on the species and what width you're cutting it. So that's the tangential shrinkage. Radial is your thickness here. Tangential is this way. So if you cut your board off the sawmill and you want a 3.5 inch board, you could calculate and then subtract the width of the saw blade, like from the mill, how much to cut off. And it'll get you close, but it's not always perfect. Sometimes, depending on where the piece of lumber comes on the tree, it could contain some sapwood, it can contain all heartwood, and that's where you run into a difference with drying. So, and sometimes it shrinks too much, it over shrinks. And that's a problem, because if you're trying to do lumber and have it graded, it's got to meet a certain dimension. So it's better to be wider than it is to be shorter, because it'll fail if it's too short. So this kind of concerns me that I'm going to have to cut everything a little bit wider with our poplar package for the house before it's graded, and then run it through a table saw or a board shaper or whatever. I mean, this is fine. It just takes it takes a lot of time. But anyway, I think that's going to be what we have to do, is just dry it in the kiln, stack it, and then get everything all set, and then create a proper workstation where we could just zip these through and cut them through here. And if you're thinking, hey, just put them back on the sawmill,
that was my thought,
and run them through, you can't do that, because when they dry, they are all sorts of, they're not perfectly straight. So if you have a board, like this one's pretty straight, but sometimes you have ones that's curved, and then you put it back on the deck of your sawmill and you have like a rainbow. So then when you pass that bandsaw blade over it, it's going to cut off a lot in the middle and nothing at the ends. And it's just, you're going to ruin your lumber. So the proper way to do it is dry it, let it just dry naturally, do what it's doing. We're force drying it, but let it dry, get it, get your package and have a stack and run them through a table saw, board shape, or something like that. It's just another step we're going to have to do for our house package. So I'm probably going to cut the poplar an extra like 3/16 than what's required, and then just zip them through. That's what we got to do. You only got to do it to one side too. So leave one side rough cut, and then the other side could just be dimensional. Glad we're doing this, like learning all this. Before it's like, yeah, just let's cut lumber, and then it's like graded and like half the package fails.
Yep.
You ready to build a wall?
Let's do it.
No, you got it. Come on, Meg. It's only like 100 pounds. Come on.
Only like 100. Hold on.
Come on, use your legs.
I just gotta get underneath it.
Come on, Meg! Come on, baby! You got it, baby girl! Yes! Yeah, Meg!
You gonna catch it?
I guess. All right, good job. Let's get on that side. Let's get it over here. Here, let me adjust. Rafter! Give you a stud, the joist. So it could go in here. And then anywhere on the outside. Because you got that rim joist.
Yeah.
Alright, you're good. We'll do another.
You want my help?
Yep.
Here, let me lift it up.
Yep.
This one is not attached.
Really?
Alright, let's see if we can.
Ready?
Yeah. A little more.
I'll hit it with a hammer.
Yeah, it's got like another half inch or a quarter inch. It's touching at the top too. A little bit. Oh, one more hit. That's good.
Excellent.
Looks good.
Yep. Ma'am?
So you have to do a top plate still? Yeah. John,
Walls.
we're in the building.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. Is that our tradition to say that?
Yeah.
All right, Meg, what do you think?
I think it's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look little in front of that window.
Big window.
Yeah, so I did this wall and the two side walls, and then Meg was able to, it's Saturday, so Meg was able to help me today and do the wall all across here. It's looking nice. Let's see. So we also laid out kind of the components just to give us a visual. Meg's desk is going to be there. That faces north. Not a bad view there. And that's a little closet. So the door will open this way against that wall, and then there'll be a door here, just a little 18-inch door to, coats, little vacuum in there. That'd be good. And then we got a 32-inch wide window here, 52 inches tall. And this section I have laid out with the tape is a bathroom. There'll be a door right here. You open it, swings open, hits this wall. And then, I was gonna call her Meg. Carmen's in the shower. All right, after the square shower, stand-up shower, there's gonna be a toilet and a sink. And that's our little structure. Meg just walked through the wall, but that wall along this side is gonna be like a little couch. and it will be very inviting and a very nice workspace for Meg. And we thought this out according to the son. Didn't want windows over there because Meg works primarily on the computer. Well, on the computer all the time,
Yes.
all day long. She draws lines on a black screen, right? AutoCAD. And her screen gets washed out, bless you, if her screen gets blocked. Yeah. And her screen gets washed out if there's an abundance of light on it. That's why this huge window faces north. And I don't know what door we're doing. Might do solid, and then there's just one window there. That's it.
John, I love that we can say we're standing in the building.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like a building now. To have a structure up here and a flat surface is a huge accomplishment.
Yep.
And you're doing great.
Thanks. All right, can you see this? All right, that's what we're building, guys. Little pocket wall. The door opening looks big because it's a pocket door, so you have to frame it like an opening, and it doesn't need a header. It's an interior wall, no load whatsoever, and the opening is a lot less than 8 feet, so I'm not doing a header over that. So yeah, obviously halfway down is going to be the actual door side. On this side, it'll slide into the wall over here. So when you look up here, it'll be over there, and that'll be the bathroom on that side wall. All right, let's get going. Let's see. So we're going to repurpose an old door. It's one that we acquired over the years. We just saved it. It's a pretty old door. One of our neighbors, we just grabbed it from a trash pile. Okay. All right, so what I just laid out here is this section here. I got 5 cripples here. The outer cripples I interrupt with this, if you want to call it the header run, it's basically the board that I'm going to be attaching the track to for the door. And then the outer cripple here, I transfer that load down the leg, just because the door is literally hanging from here, but I don't think the door weighs that much. It might weigh like 30 pounds maybe, but anyway, I just extended that load down the leg, so we'll have a double end on each side. So the wall's only 10'7", gonna do it in 2 pieces here, but I should be able to knock this out. I got everything pre-cut. scared the hell out of me. God. Holy smokes. Whew. Just to hold the side of the wall up, if you didn't gather that. No chance. Where am I going anyway? Around there somewhere. There we go. This might just work out, guys. I'm figuring out the middle here. The middle of the length of this exterior wall. So I measured from that end, came up, it's 8 feet here. Now I'm going to measure the other end here. All right, good. 3/4. So that is 8 foot 8 3/4. So 16, 8 3/4. All right. Now we got to figure out where the middle point of that is. So wanted to show you a little trick. I use this trick all the time. I don't know if you can see where I'm going to be writing. Let's see if I write here. Yeah. All right. So the measurement was 16, 8 3/4. And you need to find the midpoint of that. You can't see that. Here, try to help you out. Where am I? Right here? Okay. All right. Wait, now you're upside down. Oh, jeez. All right, hopefully you could read upside down. Guys, I'm on a ladder, okay? Give me a break. So 16, 8 3/4. So this is nicely, divide 16 in half is 8, divide 8 in half, that's 4. Now this 3/4, if you're thinking fractions, like it's 3/8, yeah. But if you remember the rule double dom, when you're dividing this fraction in half, just keep the numerator at 3, and then the denominator double it to 8, and there's your center point, 8 foot 4 3/8. So finding the center point's crucial. I don't want to schedule it to one side. It would end up goofy on the other, so I'm going off the center and just keeping a symmetrical pattern. So I'm figuring out the joist offset from the rafters. The rafters are going to be on the end and everything else. So yeah, we are about to get underway. So let's go off the center point here. We'll mark it up and we'll start cutting some ceiling joists and putting them up here, and then we'll get to the rafters. Let's clean up this edge. That'd be a lot easier. Hey, Maddie, you're right where this board is going to fall, honey. Can you move? You don't want to, huh? Can you move, honey? Maddie, can you move? Thank you. Good girl. I'm sorry. All right, we'll just do that. Give us a straight cut at the end there. 11, 4 1/4. Now this one's sitting on that top plate. I want it to be pretty stinking straight. It is. Doesn't have much of a crown to it. But... all right. That's a nice little 2x6, which looks bigger than a 2x6. Let's see. Yeah, well, no. It's 5 5/8. It's okay. Doesn't really matter how wide they are for this. There's my crown. All right. Let's get that far end up there. And then climb this one up. All right, looking good. All right, that's good. We got 3 down. 7 more, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Cool. Hard worker here. What are those called?
Rafters.
Rafters. Yep. That'll get you.
Sorry, Willie.
Nice to have help, girls.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, today's rafter day, guys.
Yeah, rafter day.
We're getting the rafters where the rafters go up there along the ceiling joists, and we got a funky kind of schedule here. We got the, hey Meg.
Hey.
So we got a funky schedule here. We got one on the end, one in a little bit, and then it goes from here. It's like a 2-foot schedule, which Meg is currently scheduling out for us and making sure her precious hands are protected while using the pencil.
Stop.
I didn't want to do this alone. I mean, I could, but it is a ton of up and down by yourself, so everybody's out here helping out. Yep.
One more on. Then this one.
Hey Meg, what do you think about the no shoes on Clara thing?
Not surprised.
Here's what I think. You could like tell your kid over and over not to do something a certain way, but
She'll learn her lesson.
eventually they just have to learn their lesson. Right?
She's either going to get a really bad splinter or she's going to drop one of the boards on her toe.
And then we won't have to tell her to put her shoes on anymore, right? That's parenting.
Sometimes that's how it's done.
Yep. Hey guys, thanks for the help.
You're welcome.
All right, we're gonna cut some stuff, and once we get into a rhythm, we'll be set. But we're gonna get this ridge board up. We're gonna get the 2x4 supporting it. We're gonna seam these things, not with a Simpson tie. We're gonna seam them just with another piece of timber, and we'll get going on the rafters. Let's cut this other one real quick, Meg. We'll get going.
Yeah.
On the other side of that rafter.
Yep, I know.
You got a good handle on it? Got it?
Yep.
Good, because I
so,
can't.
because you weren't even holding it. Two buys. 2x6 by 16.
Oh, for the... Thank you. Is that good?
Maddie, want to say hi to our friends? Say hi, friends. Carmen, come here, Carmen. That's a good girl. Say hi to our friends. Say hi, friends. All right, guys, we are back. I got everything, all the rafters done except for 2 on the outside over there. Put the overhang on this side. Looking good. Okay, next is the diagonal board sheathing. So we're coming over here and this stuff. So we're gonna put it diagonal this way. If you look up there, oh, this is brutal. It's like right in the sun. Okay. I'm on the other side. The sun was too harsh on the other side. But anyway, so I'm gonna diagonal board this, if you could picture it like a rectangle, okay? So we're gonna go across this way and then the boards will get small, kind of like how we did the deck. But anyway, once I get and finish this gable, that triangle up there, if the boards are going this way, I'm not gonna continue into that gable. I'm going to switch that direction and go horizontal once I get to the top plate up there. That's the plan. It just makes sense. And that's the way I'm thinking about it, because if you go this way with the diagonal boards and you keep going up and up and up, and you can imagine that other rafter right here. But if you look at this rafter, it's going the same general direction as that sheathing. So I'm just gonna stop it at that double top plate right there and then switch it to a horizontal direction once I get the studs on that gable up there. So I also came down here yesterday and we put a couple ventilation holes into the root cellar here. It has rained. The rain is getting underneath because there's really nothing with the floor right now. Everything's kind of still wet. That's why it looks kind of dark and whatever. But anyway, let's get going. Let's try to get some of the sheathing done, and we'll giddy up. I'm just putting them up, and then I'm gonna come back with the circular saw and make straight cuts. I don't feel like measuring everything. Yep. Why do you always run out of nails? Like the first nail you're gonna put in. All right, coming along. I like this dimension, whatever the hell it is. I think it's 6. Yep. All right, back at it, guys. Day 2. I have this whole side cornered up down to here, and I have this little triangle left, and then we'll probably move on to the opposite side. I don't know, whatever I'm in the mood for. We're gonna keep it going here. I wanted to just kind of talk about this bluish color that you guys see, and some of it's darker, like right here and in other sections too. So this is a result of a tree that was killed by a pine beetle, and you could see there's little holes right here and here. I'll get some close-ups or whatever, but this is a pine beetle. And so the way this works, the pine beetle, it gets into the tree and it like bores and whatnot, but while it's boring, it's got this like this yeast type bacteria on its mouth, and as it bores, it spreads it to the vascular system of the tree, and then the tree dies because it can't send water up and down. It's really a shame, and the beetle doesn't know it's doing it. A lot of people think, oh, it bored a few holes and it's going to kill the tree. No, it's because of like the microorganisms that are on its mouth while doing this work. As far as using this stuff for lumber, it absolutely has no effect whatsoever as far as strength, integrity, of sheathing or even structural lumber. So go ahead and use it. It's not mold. You're not going to die when you know, work with it or whatever. It's just a harmless thing for us, but a fatal thing for the tree. You could tell it kind of follows a line. You know, when you see that line in the bluish color, even like up here is a little darker and you could follow it. It's usually on the sapwood because the beetles are coming from the outside. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that for a second. If it looks kind of strange, or if you have some wood that you're using at home and it looks like this, do your research. The term, you could look blue pine, like Google that, or I think it's called grossmania something fungus. I call it gross fungus, GROS mania fungus. Look that up, do your own research. As a matter of fact, I'll put it on the screen right now. That's what you need to research. Take a look at it, do your own research before you get into it, and yeah, maybe you learned something out of that. All right, let's finish up this and let's get on to the next wall. How the hell are you supposed to walk around with this thing? I feel like I got a droopy belt here. You like how I dropped off my wood yesterday? Holy cow. That was fun. Hey, I want to show you something. My triangle's getting smaller and smaller here. Let's get these two up and then I'll show you something. I wonder if I've missed yet. We'll check on the other side. So, let's plan out our cuts. As long as you get the first one right, the other ones, see, I'm just doing rough. I'm leaving a little bit of extra. Let's head over to the saw. Super simple method of just finishing up a triangle. I'll show you. Ready to roll. Thing's awesome. All right, set your blade at 45. Make sure you have a battery. When you get a triangle, you're going to have an angle this way and an angle this way, and it'll all come together. And you could use your board as a reference as you go. Alright, so let's just get it generally where we need it. Lock is on. Good there. How do we do this? Not like that. We got to flip it over. Yep. Let's transfer this mark over here. Good to go. All right. Good. So that's one. All right, guys. Here's the next one. And all I'm going to do is continue here. Just use this one as a guide and come in on the shorter cut. Just extend that line. And you only have to go over to the saw once. Now we'll drop that one and we'll cut this piece. Save that for something else. So here's the one I just cut. I'm going to leave it up here. Mark there, mark here. All right, now this one's done. I usually make those marks just a hair bigger, so you're not getting shorter and shorter. Just have a little extra. All right, let's cut this. Okay, by the end, they'll be able to use this one. Another little tip, if you have some pieces that have some saw shreds at the end, where the saw blade has come through, it's got all these little, you don't have to pick them off by hand, you could just take your speed square. Gets generally all of them off relatively quickly. See, look at this. See all that? Done. Yeah, better yet, let's just cut the end off. Oh, take the last piece, come up here, give yourself more than enough. It's going to come across that way. All right, that one's done. Just cut this one. Yeah, there we go. Marker right here. Sweet! That looks really cool. Can't see with this harsh light. Alright, look at that, Mom. Not bad, huh? I mean, that's pretty stinking solid. Deal. Missed that one. Anywhere else? Any other misses? Not seeing any others. Get out of here, really? All those nails, I missed one stud on this side. Huh, that's crazy. One, right there. It's right up against the stud too. Like that ride? Did you like that ride? You're a good girl. Alright, turn that off. Ugh. Come here. Okay, good girl. Alright, I think it is snap a line and make it happen time, guys. Well, I'm gonna start up there, snap a line down below. And then use the little circular saw and try to get it so the line's right up against the stud. Maybe I could just lean that step ladder up there. Let's see how it feels. That is good. We got this. Let's get our chalk. All right, guys. What do I say?
I don't know.
Why don't you say it? What's going to happen next, and what are we going to do?
The roof.
The roof. Guys, I'm going to finish up. I'm going to finish up all the siding. We did the bottom. Looks really good. I'm going to finish up real quick. I'm going to let the girls go home because it's going to rain soon, and they're out of stuff to do. But they're out of school. They're going to be helping me. You're going to be seeing a lot more of them on the channel. And I'm just going to straighten out the edges and the openings of the windows, the doors, all that stuff. Next episode, we're going to get on the roof. We're going to get the roof decking on. And yeah, then before you know it, we'll be dried in. Maybe we'll do the house wrap and the tar paper on top of the roof, and then we'll protect everything from getting wet in here. So it's coming along. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah. Bye!
Please don't fall. I got the little gimbal on the, it's like hanging off the top plate there. Anyway. Oh, I gotta attach this wall too. Okay. Got a couple things to do here. Hey, Carmen, the episode's over, honey. You can get out of the shower now.